He is.
Von Miller,
well played,
chimed in yesterday on what he will be feasting on, and it won't be chicken during the Thursday night game against the Browns. Here's Von Miller.
You know, I performed well in all type of games, and I got to play well in this game. I will play well in this game. I'm gonna go off. It's gonna be a good game for me. You know, I don't want to, guarantee a win, for my teammates, but I guarantee I don't want to put the pressure on those guys this time. I'll put the pressure on me, and I'm gonna have a great game. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna play well, get a couple of sacks, and if I can do that, then we will win. If you look at, this season, the first 3 games I had a couple of sacks and we won those games. And these last 3 games, I didn't do as much. So, if I can play well and I can get sacks and I can find a way, to disrupt the game, we'll win. So the pressure's on me to play well. I will play well. I don't know who the tackle is I'm going against, but I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him. And the other guy, too, on the other side. And I'm going to play extremely well, and I'm going to make plays for my team. And, I'm going to set us up to win this game for sure.
Man, I love it.
I don't know who the tackle is I'm going against, but I'm going to kill him. Yikes.
Why he's wearing a chicken hat, Mike? He was wearing a chicken hat.
I've never sensed that kind of bravado from a guy from a team that has lost 3 games in a row. You would think they're 6-0, wouldn't you? You would think that this is the 85 Bears, but this speaks to that. You got to be wired that way. You got to have that confidence. You got to forget about what's happened. I mean, they had an embarrassing loss to a team that's in complete disarray on Sunday when they fell to the Raiders at home. But you got short week.
Yeah.
You got to load up the mental cannon with all sorts of positive thoughts. Although it's not exactly positive to say he's going to kill. He doesn't literally mean
positive for his team.
Positive for his team. The idea of getting a couple sacks and winning the game. I'm not going to guarantee a win, but I'm going to guarantee I'm going to get a couple sacks, and when I get a couple sacks, we win. So there's your logic from Von Miller. But, hey, the guy's dangerous, and he's more dangerous when you have the left tackle and the right tackle, the starting 2 out.
Yeah, no
as
doubt.
It looks like they're going to be.
Hey, they had trouble, last week with the Cardinals pass rushers, Marcus Golden and J.J. Watt when he was out there a little bit, and they didn't have to face Chandler Jones. He wasn't even out there. So, hey, Von Miller, I love that he said that. I really do. Yeah, they're 0-3. All right, 0 for their last 3, I should say. And he's going to take the pressure on himself here. It is the kind of thing, like, it's great leadership. It's the kind of thing that's going to get the locker room excited that he's making comments like that. And, they're all going to be, oh, what are you going to give us this week? He's putting it on himself to kind of, up the ante for his football team. He knows they're struggling, and they need a win here. It's a big football game like we were talking about. And he's no idiot. I mean, Von Miller, he's a really cool guy. He's smart. He's well thought out. He works hard. He smells blood in the water. I'm sure he got a quick look of film on what those offensive tackles looked like last week, and he went, "Oh, okay, I'm not going to be afraid to, show some bravado and make some comments here." So we'll see where it goes. But I'm really excited for the Thursday night game. I am. I mean, we're going to see some hitting and some real desperation here, which always makes good football.
Yeah, this is one of those games that, even though there's still a lot of football to still be played, and I still don't know how playing 17 games changes the vibe. But loser of this game gets to 4 losses in the AFC, which is not going to be easy to overcome. And it feels like a crossroads for both teams.
Right.
With the Broncos, I think, are surprised a bit that they're 3-3, even though they've lost 3 in a row. If we had just fast-forwarded to this moment before the first games of the regular season and we saw Broncos 3-3, Browns 3-3, we'd think, wow, the Broncos are having a pretty good year, and what the hell happened to the Browns? And I think that's what we are thinking. And from the Broncos' perspective, to the extent that anybody looked at the schedule before the season, and a lot of players don't, but if you're a Broncos fan and you studied the schedule the moment it came out in May, as I know you did, you kind of cringed a little bit when you saw a short week Thursday night, week 7 at the Browns. Oh, boy, there's a loss. Now, all of a sudden, that game looks winnable. It's exciting for the Broncos. Definitely. And maybe that's where that lift is coming from for Von Miller, that, this was an L. This was a big, fat L for weeks. And now, all of a sudden, maybe it's going to be a W, and maybe it propels us because as they go forward, they got Washington the following week, a game that is winnable. They play out the Cowboys. Well, so much for that. And then they have the Eagles before their bye. They could win 3 of the next 4 if they beat the Browns. Go into the bye. That would make them 6-5 after 11 games. That's far better. 6-4.
Yeah.
That's far better after 10 games. 6-4, that's even better. 6-4 after 10 games. No one would have expected them to be there. Now, the second half of the season, I see Chargers twice and Chiefs twice. So much for that. so much for the Broncos being content, but you never know. And if you develop confidence and you do go into the bye 2 games over 500, who knows what happens down the stretch?
No doubt about it. I mean, there's potential with this team and the roster, that's for sure. Yeah, they feasted on the weak early on in the year. You know, let's be serious. Who was it? The Giants, the Jaguars? Who am I missing in the third win they
Jets.
had? The Jets.
Shut them out.
So, you know, again, we don't know what they are completely as a team yet. They're a little bit of work in progress. But like to what you said, Mike, how could you not feel good? Yeah, well, we got a tough game. Wait, the best running back in football, not named Derrick Henry's not playing. The backup, you know, 2-headed monster who's also a starting running back, he's not playing. The 2 tackles are hurt. Wow, Odell Beckham Jr.'s banged up. Maybe we'll see Jarvis Landry. They got to be looking at it so we can steal a game, let alone their offense has struggled lately. And, oh, great, you get to play the Browns, who, you know, have a ton of talent on defense, but mess up 6 or 7 plays a game that will assure you big plays, 60, 50-yard gains, 40-yard touchdowns. So they do have a chance. They got a chance really to get the defense back on track and getting a little confidence, and more importantly, the offense, because the offense has lost its way here a little bit. Teddy Bridgewater in the offense, he hasn't played all that well. Man, there was a lot of plays to be had on Sunday against the Raiders that they left out in the field that he didn't make the throws. So here's a week to national TV. Can they rebound, kind of reassert themselves as, you know, one of the better teams in the AFC? But there was like this clip here, Mike. There was a lot of this on Sunday where you go, man, I mean, that was a 40-yard gain all day. That should be a walk-in touchdown. Nope. And there's 3 or 4 other plays that go along with it. Let alone, I think they're the worst, or if not the worst, down to the worst, one of the worst third down teams in football. So everything is unraveled for them, and hopefully for Denver's sake and Vic Fangio, they can get, you know, right the ship here with the Thursday night game.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.